How's it going, guys, and welcome to another episode of Gaming with Jeremy. Now today we're doing something a whole lot different. I'm actually going to be showing you my full garage. I'm doing a little showcase here. This is mostly for my subs that wanted to see what kind of cars I had. I have about 111 cars, alright, so this might take a little while. And this video is also for people that want to buy Forza in the future and want to see what kind of cars are in lineup for them. Alright? So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. Now we're going to start off. Obviously there's 10 barn finds. I do not have all of the barn finds in my garage at the moment. I have found all of the barn finds, so I do have them all. It's just not when you you got to add them to your garage in order if you want to drive them. But I only have a couple of them, so I'll show them to you as we go. The first one, a barn find, is the Volkswagen Type 2 Deluxe, or as we all know it, the Hippie Bus. 1963. It's got about 217 horsepower, fully upgraded, and might I say, all of these cars are fully upgraded, just so you guys know. And I'll give you a little bit of specs that we got right here. Moving on to Willys Jeep, another barn find. 1945, fully upgraded to 219 horsepower, 2.5 liter motor. It's all-wheel drive, so it's like, it's alright. It's kind of fun to drive a little bit if you like older cars, I guess, but it's your preference. Moving on, 1970 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, fully upgraded to 650 horsepower, as you can see. I don't know why, I just love the rim choice on this car. I think it looks very, very flush and nice, and kind of just goes with it. This car is good for, I think, for cruising. Drifting, it's alright. I haven't really made a video on it yet. I haven't really driven it that much, honestly. But it is a good car. I recommend buying it. I recommend buying all of these cars. All of them serve a purpose for something, alright? Another barn find, we got the Ford Capri RS3 100, and it is a 1974 at 420 horsepower, 440 foot-pounds of torque, and yeah, this car is kind of slow, honestly. Definitely doesn't have a high top speed. I'm not a huge fan of the car, but it is a barn find, so you can't really get rid of it after you add it. I just don't really drive it that much. Some people might like it more than me, but this is all just my opinion, guys, so yeah. And then moving on, 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302, upgraded to 590 horsepower. Great drifting car, especially for beginners. I recommend this if you're just starting out drifting. And also, if you like older cars like me, this Mustang is awesome. Just under 3,000 pounds, this car drifts like a beast. It's loud. Well, it's not as loud as some other V8s in this game, but I definitely think it's a great drift car, and you should definitely try it out. The 1956 Ford F100. It's got a GT500 swap. Ford Shelby GT500, for those of you who don't know what that is. 1,040 horsepower. This thing is a beast when it drifts, man. I saw all of these drift cars are on stock tires just so they can get as much wheel spin as possible, and it's just amazing, this car. I haven't made a video on it in a while. I'm actually going to change that soon. I'm going to do that with a lot of cars. I haven't made a video on them in a long time, and figure, why not keep up with the shenanigans of drifting. So yeah, funniest thing about this, my grandfather, my late grandfather passed away when I was 4 years old, so that's about 18 years ago, and he used to own one of these. It wasn't this exact year. Actually, it was in 1974, I believe. Something around there. Still an F100. Still had the same type of body style. It's a little bit longer of a bed, but exact same color. Now, why I like this color, it came stock on the car. Like, when you buy the car, this is the first color it comes with. So, it really intrigued me, and I really, really wanted to buy this car. I don't know why. It just brought back memories of my grandfather, even though I barely remember him because I was 4. Anyways, little story about me. Moving on to a 1969 Dodge Charger. This thing is a beast. I love this car. I got a friend named Leo who's probably watching this right now. Hi, Leo. And he loves this car. He uses it more than anybody I know. he actually got me into it. It's actually a really nice car. Coming in at 809 horsepower. This car is a 6.8 liter beast. And I recommend it as a drift car. Also recommend it as a cruising car for muscle cars if you guys ever get into that. Great car. Definitely recommend it. 1971 Plymouth Cuda 426 Hemi. Coming in at 800 horsepower. Flat with 800 foot-pounds of torque. Flat. 7.5 liter motor. Stock tires. Beast drift car. A lot of these cars are beasts at the wheel behind the wheel of a drift car. And this car almost always seems to amaze me behind the wheel. It drifts very smooth, so it's definitely like sort of a beginner car, but you could definitely get better with it. I'm going to be making a video of this sometime soon, whenever the time comes around. So stay tuned for that, guys. And we got a 1970 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Coming in at 938 horsepower. It's got a ZR1 Corvette motor swap. So the newest Corvette in this game. Well, not the newest actually, because this thing is 2014. But it's like a 2011 or something like that. Corvette ZR1 swap. Freaking beast, man. This thing just sounds amazing. I love the motor. I love how it sounds. Great drift car. It's kind of hard to control, so I definitely recommend it for like an intermediate type of drifter, maybe even more. But yeah, it's definitely something to get used to. Moving right along here. 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi. This thing is the best. It does everything. Drag races, drifting, cruising. It's loud. It's loud as fuck. It is probably one of the loudest muscle cars in the game. It's a great muscle car. I definitely recommend it. This is definitely on the top 10 list of the game, and it definitely serves the purpose. Whatever you need it for, it is there for you. Alright? Great car. Definitely recommend it. Go check it out. Now, about this car, 1960 Chevrolet Corvette. I'm not a huge fan of the body style of this car. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. At the same time, everyone has their own opinions. Don't get mad at me for it. But, again, ZR1 swap. 976 horses. Freaking awesome car. I love using it for cruising because I love cruising in the convertible cars. So, it's up to you guys. It can drift, it can drag. It depends on how you build it, obviously. So, moving on right along. Barn Find. 1954 Jaguar XK120 SE. Now, this car is definitely a cruising car, 383 horsepower, doesn't really drift that well. I barely ever drive it. Once in a long time if I'm feeling it. If I get bored and want to try a different car or something I haven't driven in a while, then I'll go for it. But, some people like these old cars. It's up to you guys. I definitely would recommend getting it as a barn find to your garage. Just because it's fun once in a while, and you can customize. I haven't really gone crazy with the customizing, as you can see. I haven't really touched it at all, actually. But, it's another car I can recommend for fun, cruising around with your friends or whatnot. Moving right along here. In 1987, Pontiac Firebird Trans Am GTA. Now, this car is a beast. The idle just sounds amazing. That 5.7, it's 6.1 because it's upgraded, but it was a 5.7 liter V8, and it sounds just amazing. And I can't tell you how great this car sounds, honestly. Like, I would show you right now, but it just takes way too long to load the cars and whatnot, so I'm kind of just showing you in the garage. But this car is great. If you love muscle cars, I would definitely recommend this car. For drifting, dragging, anything really. Cruising. It doesn't go too fast at the top speed, but it does the job, alright? It does the job. So, choose it if you want to. Like I said, this is all based on opinion, so yeah, I definitely recommend this car. Okay, moving along here. 1988 BMW M5. Now, I believe it has a stock V6 motor in it. Inline 6, great car, fun to drift. Used to be able to do a V8 swap, but I think they cut that out or something. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it better with the V8 swap, honestly. But coming in at 594 horsepower, this car can drift. 4.0 liter inline 6 motor. It is just amazing. Don't know if I like the color on it. I used to have it white, I don't know about BMW, but I always love a white BMW. I do not know why. This is just me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the 2011 Ford Transit Super Sport van. Now this car, this van right here is simply amazing. It's got the GT 500 swap, so it's over 1,000 horsepower, coming in at 1,040, as you can see. This car can drift, believe it or not. It can drift. I have drifted it. A lot of my friends have drifted it. My friend actually made a video while I was drifting, I believe, an AE86, and he was drifting this van right behind me, and it was actually very, very funny because the Toyota is so small and this thing's freaking huge. So it's a wicked funny video. It's one of my older videos. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out for me. And yeah, it's kind of funny. So I definitely recommend this car as a gag, fun video type of thing, or just with friends if you're just messing around. It's really fun. It's simply amazing. I don't know. It's just crazy. One of the crazy things that Forza, those guys at Turn 10 Studios have thrown in the Forza generation. So, moving on. Another barn find here. 1961 Maserati Typo 61 Birdcage. 542 horsepower. Only about less than 1,500 pounds. About 1,400 pounds. This car is awesome. First of all, you could see anything if you're in first person. Anything, because there's no freaking doors or windows or anything like that. It looks like there might be small windows, but you literally see anything you wanted. It's freaking awesome. This car is also unique because it is the fastest car that goes backwards. You heard it, backwards. About 92 miles per hour just going in reverse. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. But my friend showed me and it was freaking crazy. I couldn't believe it, so I had to get it as a barn find. I threw it in my garage, checked it out. This car is really, really fun. I definitely recommend it. I'm moving on because this video is going to be super long, and I know you guys don't like to just sit here and watch shit, but this is for people that, mostly for my subs and people that, haven't checked out Forza and want to check it out. Moving right along, 1965 Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe. I love that they have this car in the game. I used to use this car back when I played Test Drive Unlimited on the PC. This car is absolutely amazing. 600 horsepower, definitely not as fast as it was in Test Drive Unlimited, but that's alright. This car sounds simply amazing, and I definitely recommend it as a drifting car. It is one of the best V8s in this game, I believe. 5.2 liter. It is fucking insane. I love it. Definitely recommend it. Now this 1994 Mazda MX-5 Miata. Not a lot of people like this car. I kept this one stock. It is fully upgraded though, but I kept it with a stock motor. Now, the reason I did that was because I already have a rotary swapped Mazda that I'll get to eventually in the list. Yeah, not a lot of people like this car, but this car was actually a gift from Turn 10 Studios themselves. You guys might have noticed if you do play Forza, this car is free. 469 horsepower, great drifting car even with a stock motor. I definitely recommend it for a beginning drifter because it doesn't go that fast. But yes, not a lot of people like this car, but I say otherwise. These cars are amazing, guys. Come on, you should know this by now. Alright, my first Nissan 240, and I say my first because I have an extra one. I have a second one that's faster and better, stronger, harder, awesome. Anyway, this is Nissan 240, 1993, coming in at 702 horsepower. This car does not have the stock motor. It has the SR20 DET, which is the inline 4 swap. Like I said, 702 horsepower. Great drifting car. This car I made stock transmission. This car is different from any other car. I practically do not have a stock transmission in any other car. But 5-speed, this car is amazing at drifting. I don't know why I like the 5-speed training on this car. It's just one of those things that kind of, your own preference, how you like the training and whatnot. I just love how this car drifts, and I definitely recommend it. I'm going to say this car is number 8 on the top 10 list, definitely. Maybe number 7, who knows? Anyway, moving right along. Toyota Sprinter Trueno GT Apex 1985, also known as the Toyota Corolla AE86. Now, this car is freaking crazy. Now, I do have the stock motor in it. As you can see, 401 horsepower, fully upgraded. Less than 2,000 pounds. So you know this thing can drift, bruh. You know this thing can drift. And this car, let me say, can fucking drift. This car sounds completely unique from every other single car. Like no other car sounds like it in any shape or form. It's like really like a racer kind of sound to it. But let me tell you, this car can drift, man. This car is one of my favorite drifting cars. I definitely recommend it for people who want to try out the stock motor. Also, you can do a Toyota Supra 2JZ swap in this car if you do want to, but let me just tell you, it doesn't stop spinning wheels, man. It is crazy. I used to have it, but I actually deleted it because I never really used it. I used it for like one video, and that's about it. So I don't like having cars that I normally don't use. Some of these cars I don't use as much as others, but you know, that's how it goes. Moving right along to another barn find, a Renault Alpine A110 1600S 1973. Guarantee you've never heard of this fucking car, because I never heard of this fucking car when I first played this game. This is more of a cruising car, coming in at 415 horsepower. You know, it is a gift from the barn finds, so you know, it's up to you if you guys want to have it or not, but I'd definitely try it out just to see if you like it, because other people, like some people like it, some people don't. It's one of those cars where it's like, I don't know, I'm going to go try it out anyway. But, you know, that's up to you guys. Cross that bridge when you guys get there. Next up on the list is the 2013 Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Now, I'm not 100% happy with this car. It is my only green car, I believe, but coming in at 836 horsepower, it's got the power to spin some wheels here. Now, my friend actually talked me into buying this car, and I'm not 100% happy with it just because I'm not a huge fan of Hyundai. And it kind of sounds weird. It kind of sounds a mix between a V6 and a V8, which is a bit weird for me. If you guys like Hyundai, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely the best Hyundai in the game, I could say that. I've tried out all the other Hyundais, and I hated them. But as you know, that's just my opinion. Don't, you know, base your opinion off of mine. You know what I mean? We're moving right along. One of my top 3 favorite drift cars, the Toyota MR2 GT, 1995, coming in at 850 horsepower with the 2JZ swap. Yes, 2JZ motor swap. This car is awesome. Fucking sounds great. Only hits about 200 miles per hour top speed, but that's okay because I made it for drifting. This car is an awesome drift car, and it has made me happy ever since I bought it, and I definitely recommend it for those of you who are avid drifters like myself. Takes a little while getting used to, definitely, but it is definitely a great car. Here we go, guys. For those of you Fast and Furious fans out there, we got the 1997 Mazda RX-7 with Dom's decals. Yeah, buddy. 640 horsepower. It's a rotary engine. You cannot swap the motor, which kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping that you could swap it. I'd love to throw like a 2JZ motor or something in this crazy shit, or a V8 even. A V8 would be nice, guys. Turn 10? Come on, Xbox 360? V8s, come on, bro. Anyway, Dom's RX-7. I have made a video of this car. It got a good amount of views, so I definitely love this car. And I know you guys do too. Yeah, this RX-7, it speaks for itself, man. If you guys don't know what an RX-7 is, go read a book or something. Get out of here. You don't deserve to drive in Forza, alright, if you don't know what this car is. Anyway, moving on. This is one of my fun cars. Cadillac Escalade 2012. Not really built at all. Fully upgraded, though. 880 horsepower. Not really built, like, body kit-wise or anything like that. This car was mostly as a gag, just for fun. Me and my friend were just cruising around in a Cadillac one day, and it was actually pretty fun. I recommend it if you just want to have some fun and cruise with some friends. Now, guys, I realize that this video is going to be super long, so we're going to try to move it on real quick here. We got the 1997 BMW M3, 800 horsepower, fully built. Definitely recommend it as probably number 5 on my list as a drifting car. Great car, great car. Check it out. 2011 BMW 1 Series M Coupe. Another great drift car. Both of these BMWs have V8 swaps, the E92 V8. I don't know why, I just love the car. I love how the V8 handles, the more power band in the end of the RPMs, more instead of the beginning. This car is twin turboed, I believe, with the V8, and it is fucking awesome. 800 horses. Check it out. 2012 Dodge Challenger SRT8 392. Now this car is fully built with 863 horsepower. Great muscle car, loud as freaking all hell, and it is amazing. I love this car. Definitely recommend it as a drifting car, even a drag car. haven't really tried it out for drags because I just literally bought it probably like last week. So, anyways, go check out my video if you guys haven't checked it out. Made a drifting video with this car and it is awesome. Love it. Go check it out. Go buy it. You know the deal. 2012 BMW M5, 808 horsepower. This car has the stock motor, the M5 F10 motor. Very quiet for BMW. Sounds great, 5.0 liter, but very, very quiet. Definitely more of a cruising car. I like this car more because it has a stick shift instead of paddle shifters, where a lot of the BMWs in this game have paddle shifters. The last two BMWs that you saw do not have paddle shifters, but the newer ones do, usually. Except this one. Thank God. Anyway, 1993 Ford SVT Cobra. Coming in at 849 horsepower. This car is an awesome drift car. Definitely recommend it for those of you who love muscle cars. Definitely doesn't sound as muscly as it could. Definitely heard these cars sound a lot louder in real life. So, it's up to you guys, but check it out. Definitely recommend it. 2013 Subaru BRZ. This car, 656 horsepower, actually has a WRX STI swap. The reason I did that was because the regular BRZ motor in this game was not loud at all. And I love that WRX sound. I love that rumble. As you guys can see in my intro, that is a WRX exhaust note. Definitely recommend this car. It is fucking awesome to drift. And I'm actually going to probably be making a video soon, so stay tuned for this car. I have made videos on it before, but I definitely want to add it again because it's so good. I love it. Number 4 on the top 10 list, definitely. Moving on. This, my friends, is the $6 million car. In the game, with the 10% discount you get from a perk, it is $5.85 million in the game. So if you're rich like me, as you can see, I have over 957 million credits in this game. If you want to know how I did that, comment down below and I'll let you guys know. It's because of a glitch, and I can just show you guys a video. Anyway, 1,094 horsepower fully built. This car is freaking insane. Spins tires like no tomorrow. It's definitely worth $6 million. There's actually a glitch in the game they could only do with this car. I'll make a video on that eventually. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep that secret. Who knows? If you guys want to know, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, moving on. $6 million car from 1962. It's crazy, huh? Crazy. 2011 Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. Beast of a truck. Love this fucking truck. Definitely going to do a truck meet at one point. This one's got the actual GT500 swap. Makes it over 1,000 horsepower. Just 1,040, just like my other GT500 swaps. This truck, I should say, is fucking awesome. I love everything about it. When you're sitting in the first person view, you feel so giant on the road. Like, I'm not a big truck fan, but I do love some trucks. And it is insane. I definitely recommend buying this. It's really fun when you go off-roading with it. Definitely worth it. Moving right along here. 1981 BMW M1. A lot of people underestimate this car. It's kind of like a DeLorean if you think about it. But this car is awesome. I love this car. It brings me back. You know what I mean? I might have been born in the 90s, my friends. But this car makes me feel like I was born in the 80s. Because it is fucking awesome. 701 horsepower. I definitely recommend trying out this car. Not a lot of people know what it is. So, check it out. Definitely worth it. Oh, another barn find. 1984 Ferrari GTO. This car is freaking sweet. You can do an Enzo swap. I haven't done it because I love the sound of this car. 743 horses. This car definitely kills it on the streets. Can drift, can drag. I recommend for drifting. Go check it out. Now, we got the rotary Mazda MX-5. Rotary swap to bring it up to 640 horsepower. I like it a little bit better than the stock motor. The rotary kind of gets annoying sometimes, but you know, that's all based on your opinion. Some of you rotary guys out there are probably yelling at me right now, but that's alright because I'm not a huge rotary fan. Now this car I would recommend as a rotary swap just because the stock motor isn't that fast, and this car makes it a little bit easier to drift with this motor. Anyway, moving right along. BMW M3 2008. It's got the stock V8 in it. No, it's not stock V8. There was a V6 in here. But there is a V8 in it. There's the E92 V8. I love that motor. I don't know why. I always swap it with the BMW usually. Coming in at 800 horsepower, I definitely recommend it for a drift car. Now, this one I'm going to take a little bit more time on just because it's my favorite car, favorite drift car in this game. Now, 1993 Nissan 240. It's my second 240. I did put some decals on it, but I'll get to that in another video. 1,002 horsepower, which means it's got the Nissan GTR R34 swap or in other words for you car motorheads out there, RB26. The Beast motor, twin turbo, 1002 horses, fucking crazy. Love this car. Actually going to make a video on it today. It'll be after this video, I believe. And I'll showcase my decals in another video. This car has stunned me. It's better than my Silvia. I think it's better than the Silvia S15, honestly, with the RB26. But we'll get to that eventually. Running out of time here, so we got to move along. 2002 Ferrari 575 Muranello. Great drifting car. Actually got one of my friends addicted to this car. You know who you are if you're watching this. And it is a great car. 946 horsepower. Definitely recommend it for drifting. Go check it out, guys. Those of you muscle fans out there, we got the 2000 Ford Mustang Cobra R. One of my favorite Mustangs in the game. Don't know why. I just love the body style. Do have the body kit on there. Actually, then that front bumper comes stock. Anyway, 837 horsepower. Got the single turbo instead of supercharger. I love the way it sounds. Definitely recommend it. Mine's murdered out, as you can see. It's fucking crazy. Honda NSX 1992, coming in at 649 horsepower. Not the fastest car in the world. Not the best drifting car in the world. It can drift. I use it more as a cruising car when I'm just messing around. I really haven't made a video on it just because it's not a huge car that a lot of people like. A lot of people are not fans of Hondas. Me in particular, I'm not a huge fan of Honda, but this car I would definitely buy. And that is all because of Rob Ferretti. If you guys don't know who Rob Ferretti is, go on YouTube and look up Super Speeders Rob. It'll change your life. 2002 Lotus Esprit V8. I don't really drive this car much. Coming in at 808 horsepower. It's a great car. I do drive it once in a while. I'm not a huge fan of the sound of it, but I do like the body style. In this game, this car was in a previous game I played, Test Drive Unlimited, like I was saying before, on the PC, and this car is alright. I definitely would recommend it for fun. You know, if you guys got the money for it, go for it. 2009 Mercedes-Benz SL65 AMG Black Series. This car is a great drifting car, coming in at 1,045 horsepower. Definitely probably number 6 on my list for top 10 drift cars. This car does well. It's not loud too, so if you guys want a drifting car that's awesome, that isn't loud, definitely recommend this car. Go check it out. I love how it's murdered out. It just calls out to me. It's like, drift me, drifts me. Anyway, moving on. Nissan Datsun 510 in 1970. This car has an R35 swap, which brings it up to 1,059 horsepower. The ultimate drift car. This car is actually very, very hard to control, so I definitely recommend it to like an intermediate, more advanced maybe drifter. But yeah, this car is definitely in the books. It's a great drift car. Definitely recommend it. Go check it out. It'd be worth it. Jaguar XKRS. My latest video, I actually made a drifting video of this car before this video, and this is a great drifting car. 869 horsepower. As you can tell in the video, I did pretty well with drifting, so it's, you know, and I was like practically first starting out with drifting this car. Definitely recommend it for those of you who are avid drifters like myself. Definitely worth it. Alright guys, so I'm going to move on with the list in a second, but wanted to let you guys know that this is going to be part 1 of this video. I'm running out of footage on my camera here, so I'm going to split it into 2 videos since I have so many cars. It's about 50, 55-ish, 53 cars each or something like that, somewhere around there. I have 111 cars, so it's kind of hard to do them all in a short little amount of time. Anyway, we're going to do a few more cars here. We got the 2013 BMW M6 Coupe. Awesome drifting car, coming in at 808 horsepower. This car definitely amazed me behind the wheel. You can get this car super sideways. Definitely recommend it for those of you who are drifters like me. And yeah, definitely go check it out. Totally worth the buy. Definitely. Can definitely say that. Got the Subaru Impreza WRX STI, the 08 version, and this is a hatchback, as you can see, coming in at 713 horsepower. This is a beast on an off-roading, man. I use this car practically every single time we go off-roading with my club members and whatnot, and it is awesome. Definitely recommend this Subaru. Not the best Subaru on the lot, though. We'll get there eventually. 2002 Acura RSX Type S. For those of you who are VTEC fans out there, 510 horsepower. VTEC for the win. Love the way this car came out. Really fun to cruise with. Obviously, front wheel drive drifting is a little bit more difficult for you guys who love to drift out there, but it is possible. I have done it. I have done it in a Honda Civic Type R. I made a video about it. You go check it out. It's on my video list. And yeah, great car though. Not as loud as the Civic, that's for sure. So if you want a VTEC that's not as loud, I'd definitely recommend this car. This is another great drifting car I found. 1987 Ford Sierra Cosworth RS 500. Let me guess. 1,040 horsepower. Try to guess what kind of swap this car has. That's right, you guessed it. GT500 swaps. Anyway, great drifting car. Got the huge rice spoiler on the back just for that little bit of extra downforce because it only weighs 2,500 pounds. A little bit slidey on the slidier end. A little bit harder to control, but definitely worth it. The car sounds amazing with that GT500 swap. It's just, V8. Anyway, moving on. Now, this is my second favorite drift car in this game. Second favorite, I say, because my 240 with the RB26 swap totally kills it. Anyway, same RB26 swap, 1,002 horsepower. I got my full body decal sticker bomb that I made, my friends. I have made this. If you guys don't know already, those of you who are new subscribers, I have made this decal right here. If you guys want it for the Silvia S15, you can go look it up in designs and search my gamer tag Jeremy X232. That's Jeremy X232. This decal came out amazing. Anyway, this car used to be one of my favorites until I got that 240. This car is capable of 6th gear, 130 plus mile an hour drifts if you take the time and do it. I have done it before. Yes, I would definitely recommend this car. Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 2012, another great drift car. I have made a video of this car. Definitely recommend it. 949 horsepower. The 6.4 liter screaming. That thing screams and it's freaking awesome. I don't know why I like the blue. Yeah, color's based on preference though. You know, I don't know if you guys are really worried about that. Anyway, definitely a great drift car. Definitely a good drag car. But I think I'd recommend it for drifting more, just because I'm a drifter, guys. You know, I'm a drifter. If you guys didn't know that, I make drifting videos on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, 2012 Camaro, check it out. Now, running out of time here, we got a 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona Hemi. This car is from Fast and Furious, and I love it. That's the only reason I bought it. 881 horsepower. I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan, if you guys didn't know. Definitely recommend it. It's definitely faster than the actual Charger RT. Definitely, it just weighs a lot more. Obviously, look at that freaking body. Jesus Christ. Look at that freaking wing, dude. God damn. Anyway, moving on to the 2JZ Toyota Supra RZ. 1998, 850 horsepower. Got that 2JZ with a single turbo swap. Does come stock twin turbo, but single turbo just seems a lot better for me. I don't know why I love this white with the black hood and the gold rim setup got going on here. You guys seen probably part 2 of a couple of other cars that I have of this same paint shop body or paint, you know, this same paint job on it. Anyway, definitely a great drift car. This is the first car I ever bought in the game. When you first start off this game, you get a choice of this car, and I definitely took it, and I definitely recommend you guys doing the same thing. Use this car throughout the entire Festival Series and beat every single race with it. So, it's a good car. Moving on, 1987 Rough CTR Yellowbird. For those of you who do not know where Rough is an actual dealership. They're made from Porsche, as you can see, obviously. Kind of like how Hennessy did it with the Lotus. They took the Lotus and then kind of put it on steroids. Rough didn't really put these on steroids, but definitely made them into good cars. I do not know why we do not have Porsche in this game. Kind of pisses me off. But this car is definitely one of the better Roughs in this game. Coming in at 694 horses. This car sounds like a freaking spaceship when it's flying by. It's one of the fastest acceleration cars I've seen in the game, besides like the Bugatti and stuff like that. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that in part 2, actually. Kind of running out of time here, so this is going to be the last car I show. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. This is part 1 of 2 of this video. Part 2 will either come out later today or tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to record it after I charge up my camera a bit and import some footage. Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe for more videos. I do drifting videos, I do car meets on Forza, I do freaking car reviews, I do some pranks once in a while. I'm actually in the making of a prank right now. Should be coming out within the month. So yeah, subscribe for more videos. Hit that like button. Share this video with some friends if you know some friends who want to play Forza and don't have the game yet. Part 2 will be out soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.